Your girl's name is Kat. I also have a cat right here. His name is Corn, and we are going to chat about this artist that got called out in 2024 for scamming an abhorrent amount of people, and they have not changed. And honestly, I didn't expect them to. So this very first tweet is by Vey, who goes by the handle Vampy on Twitter. I'm like trying to pronounce the E in their name, sorry. And Vey writes, calmed in July 2023, got this in June 2024. Haven't heard anything since. 1K USD down the drain. I tried to be patient, but I'm sick to my stomach knowing at least 10 plus other people got scammed in the same way. This is Neon Beats if it wasn't obvious. I am tired of being quiet. And look at this art piece. This is so pretty and so cute, but holy shit, waiting almost an entire year for this is insane. And then here are the DMs of Neon Beat ghosting Vampy. Here we have June 24th, 2024. Vampy is sending a little cat emo, kind of like checking in. Now we're on August 11th, 2024. Vampy writes, hey Neon, will I ever get this piece back? Now we're on August 27th, 2024. Hey Neon, I'd really appreciate a response. I feel kind of left in the dark and I've been as nice as possible about this commission, but I'm a little disappointed. You did not end up getting it done before debut after saying you would, so I'm just confused and not sure how to navigate this. Now, December 8th, 2024, Vampy in Discord messages Neon again. Hey Neon, could I kindly just ask you to refund me half please since you've half completed it? Don't worry about finishing it if it's gonna take another year. I'd rather just get my money back at this point. I work hard for my money and I feel robbed. I want this to be over. It's been too long. You ghosted me for almost half a year. And again, not only did Vey get ghosted for half a year, it took an entire year to get a progress update piece, you know? Like, this is still not completed. This is not rendered yet, right? These are all the flats with some gradients on it. And this took a year, mind you. Again, 4 characters, right? It is time consuming to make 4 characters, but 1 entire year to not even get the finished piece yet is crazy. And again, Vey commissioned them July 2023. All of this is in response, actually, to this tweet that I think their name is Scoo-chan. And they wrote, what would you do if an artist you commission for $1,000 scams you and never finishes their work despite giving them more than a year's time to do it? Even if you manage to talk to them, they just keep gaslighting you that they'll finish it tonight, but that night never happens. And this they posted on January 21st, 2025. And Fiwi says, when you find the answer, I would love to know too. And Scoo-chan says, I don't think it'll be a happy ending. And Mystic Lights writes, it feels so scary commissioning art sometimes because of this. And then Scoo-chan put out a post writing, at this point, there are so many people who are scammed by him, we could make a Shane Dawson style documentary about it on YouTube. Now again, they are very, very likely alluding to Neon Beats, the same person that they commissioned. And speaking of the stuff that happened in the past, oh, what did you know? This guy got massively called out in February 2024 for being a scammer. And it is extensive. So this was the thread that kind of cracked everything open. This was posted February 3rd, 2024 by Twitter user Demi, who goes by the Twitter handle Demenishki. Hopefully I'm reading that right. Demi's thread starts, do not commission Neon Beat. He's ghosting yet refusing people's refunds after not doing people's commissions after months or even years. Yet he still accepts more and more work even if he has a line of people waiting. So this is the attached screenshot of their Twitter profile. Remember, this was a year ago, so things might have changed, right? But their handle is Neon Beats. And as you can see here, they are the illustrator of Vey. If you guys don't know who Vey is, they are a large and popular VTuber, but this is where Neon Beat got a lot of credibility for them as an artist, because they are the artist to a large creator. And a lot of times, if you see artists who are artists for larger creators, they've somewhat been socially vouched for, right? Because they're an artist for such a large creator, and the large creator has posted about the artwork, that surely should mean this person is a credible artist that would deliver on your commission, right? Wrong. And again, don't send hate to Neon Beat. They do need to be delivering on their artwork or sending refunds though, but this is not to like send hate or anything. And also, this is not Vey's fault. It's also not the fault of people who've commissioned him, because on paper, prior to everything cracking open in like early 2024, he seemed like a pretty reputable artist. It makes sense that he seems like a credible artist due to the fact that he has a lot of followers, he has illustrated for large creators, so surely he would be reputable. So on paper, I can completely see why everybody who's commissioned him thought they were going to get what they paid for. And because again, typically you don't often assume that you're going to get scammed by an artist, especially if they have a lot of followers. So in the thread, there's been stories of them ghosting, and some of the stories have been deleted, but here are some that Demi has linked. So let's go into this, okay? Here we have Aruna Reaver, and this was the quote retweet by Demi. And Aruna writes, I love Neonbeat so much and wish the best for him, but I am truly disappointed that my starting soon screen art was promised to be finished before my debut 3 times, and it did not happen. So I had to commission somebody else to make a rushed one. And I keep receiving false completion deadlines, and now I'm getting no response at all. I just want clear communication. I understand people go through shit, and I'm so willing to wait, but it feels like $600 went down the drain because I'm not getting any responses whatsoever. And when I do, it's quote, I'm gonna finish by this day, end quote. And the date rolls by with absolutely no message or update at all. If you see this, please, I just want an actual completion deadline that isn't false or a refund. And then Aruna continues, my effing amazing managers, our culture went out of their way to spend that much money just so I could have the starting soon screen I dreamed of. And I was so happy when he said he could finish it. I was told he could finish it by the 3rd of October 2023. It wasn't. I asked, can you finish it by November? And he said yes. It wasn't finished. I asked, can you do it before December 30th? I'm debuting, and he said yes. But I was hesitant, so my managers commissioned another piece as backup. Chris Dasa is effing amazing. I highly recommend him. I see his Twitter post about his poor health issues going on, and I messaged him wishing the best and said I'd wait. And for context, Neon Beats in December of 2023 made a post title talking about how he's going through some stuff and for people to be patient. But Aruna continues, he messaged me January 17th saying that he can complete it by the 23rd. I haven't received any sketches or responses yet. And again, by the way, please remember that these posts that I'm reading to you from Demi's thread are all in early 2024. So these are all a year ago. I'm just showing you more examples of how this is a repeat behavior of this artist. But Aruna continues, I'm just tired of it, haha. I would say I'm an extremely patient person, but I feel that professionalism is highly important, and receiving these false deadlines and getting my hopes up constantly is tiring. Aruna adds it was actually $650. And then they added this. And to prove that I've been patient, here's basically how every conversation has gone. I just want to know an actual date on when my comm will be finished instead of being ghosted. I'm 100% considerate of people's health and put that above everything else. But like, common professionalism is important as well. Communication is needed. Pics below. And here we have some DMs, okay? And this is started August 16th, 2023. So I was thinking, instead of the OG angle that was shown before, are you able to do something similar to this pose? It's gonna be for my starting soon screen. Neon says, yep, I can do that. And then September 6, 2023, Neon says 1300 if it's commercial, but we can go 650. And Ara shows the payment was successful to Neon Beat. And then on September 25th, 2023, Aruna is asking if any other info is needed. In Ara Culture, the manager is asking for follow-ups October 5th, and Neon follows up 2 days later saying, I can complete this within October, and Aruna says thank you. So now at the very end of October, October 28, 2023, Aruna replies to that message about Neon stating they can complete it in October, and Aruna says, it's getting close to the end of October, which is fine. Do you think you can get it done by the end of November? We plan to use it as the starting soon screen for when I debut and start streaming hopefully in December. So I wanted to ask, thank you so much. 4 days later, Aruna puts up a follow-up, or 5 days later, and Neon says, yes, I'll finish it before the end of November. Thank you for being patient. Aruna so kindly says, no worries, that's totally cool. I want to make sure we have enough time to get it animated. And getting it animated by Keijo88, and Neon has a little pog emoji. Now, in the middle of November, November 14th, Aruna is following up again, and Neon November 20th replies, hey, got back, we'll be sending you updates soon, and Aruna is really excited. Now we're on November 26th, so again, now we're at the end of November, and Aruna is like, hello, do you have an estimate date on when you'll finish? I need to plan my debut soon. Mind you, Aruna is being so patient and so kind. I would have been extremely frustrated if the deadline got moved twice already without me even knowing, because they just missed the deadline entirely. No sketch, no updates, nothing sent. But Aruna's being so patient. In the beginning of December, December 6th, Aruna says, hello, saw your post, I want to say I hope you're doing well, and please be sure to prioritize your health. Neon sends a little hug emoji. And now in January, so this is a year ago now, right? This is now January 5th, 2024. Remember that Aruna had asked for the piece to be done in October, and Neon said they could do it. We are now 3 months beyond the deadline. Again, we have not seen a sketch. We have not even seen any updates like, hey, I'm working on no updates. And Aruna says, hi, I hope you've been well. I just wanted to ask if there's any sort of estimate month for the comm. No rush, just wondering. I hope you had a great New Year and holidays. And again, Aruna is being so kind. I would have been so mad if I had a debut and I asked for it to be done months before my debut because I'm being responsible planning. And the artist said yes and just pushed it back and pushed it back and pushed it back. And then Neon, mind you, Neon 12 days later, responds, "Hello, I'm sorry my health hasn't been the best, but I'll be back on the 20th and I'll try to finish on the 23rd if that's all right with you. I'm really sorry for the delays." The manager, Aura Culture, says, "Hello, Neon, sorry about your health and wish you a speedy recovery. Have you already started on the piece? If you haven't, we really don't have a use for that pose anymore since our debut had already passed and previous deadlines were not met. We could do a different piece if possible." 2 days later, January 19th, Aruna follows up on it. And then a week later, Aruna follows up again. No response. Ghosted. But here's what some people had to say. Zaladin writes, "I'm sorry, going from 1300 to 650 is suspicious as F. I don't know how you didn't catch that immediately." Again, I don't want you guys blaming the commissioners. Like, it's not their fault, right? It's the fault of the artist who never fucking delivered their shit, nor gave refunds. Anybody who has their prices with little to no negotiation, there's something going on. And Aruna says, "That's because I didn't pay for commercial use yet." Feels so bad because like they were literally being so patient, so kind. Oh, and I forgot to add this, but this was Demi's tweet 2 or 3 days before their full thread. And they tweeted art that I commissioned that was never finished or the artist just disappeared. But Demi writes, "Neonbeat legit keeps accepting commissions without ever doing them. And he has people on waiting a year or more. Now he's ghosting us. So it is what it is, I guess." So there was another one that has now been deleted, so I can't show this to you. Again, I'm going through the thread from 2024, and then we're gonna go over the 2025 updates, okay? Demi adds, "Friends have paid $1,000, $500, me, hundreds. Yet he denied somebody's refund, even if he never started it. I fortunately had an update from him August, but then after that, nothing. I love his work, but please, hearing that he's still accepting commissions yet never finishing others after a year or more is insane." So here we have redacted, where you can see it's a screenshot from PayPal, where PayPal says, "We received a response from the merchant and we reviewed the information and that we've denied your case for the chargeback." And redacted says, "He denied it yet ignored my messages." Sign of life from Neon. He's actually denying people's attempts at charging back, actually confirmed that he's taking the money and running. And Demi says, "No effing way." Here is again DMs between Neon B and Demi. So this was August 19th, 2023, where Neon sends a half-finished update over to Demi. So Demi saw some progress with their art piece. Demi says, "Cute." And then nothing, right? August 19th, 2023, Neon says, "Yep, I can paint those over." Demi says, "Hooray." And then January 10th, 2024, so we are a year ago, right? Demi is bumping it, being like, "Whatever happened to the art?" And then about like 2 weeks later, November 21st, Demi says, "Neon, it's been practically a year, bro." Here is another person, redacted. And in Twitter DMs, they said, "I was kind of too scared to comment in the thread, but he ghosted me too. My wait hasn't been nearly as long as others, but it's been radio silent since I paid him. No updates, nothing. I even reached out last month and got no response." And here you can see October 5th, they paid $1,000. And redacted says, "I'm so sorry this happened to you and so many others." Demi adds, "Another VTuber and others are coming out the gates. Also, a little birdie told me there's probably 50 plus people who he's pretty much stolen from." And here, these are some DMs between another individual and Demi. And the individual says, "Tried to make a PayPal claim and obviously it was past the 180 days. So sorry I had to go through this." And by the way, the reference to the 180 days is with PayPal, you have 180 days or 6 months to submit a chargeback claim for a payment. Once we've passed the 180 days, you're not allowed to submit chargebacks anymore within PayPal. You can still do it with your credit card or your bank, depending on what credit card you have, what bank you bank with, but PayPal does not allow that anymore. That's why it's very suspicious when artists take beyond 6 months to go and deliver any updates or work, and they take payment through PayPal. So in the DMs, Demi says, "Dude, it's as if he's using the 180 days things to sincerely steal. Can I have permission to screenshot and share? I'll hide your name." And the individual says, "I talked to somebody else who recently got the commission from him too, and they said they never even sent a work in progress. They just so happened to see him working on it on stream and that he never sent the file to them. He just posted it on Twitter, which is crazy." Yes, of course. And Demi says, "What the F?" Here's another person who says, "Hey, just want to say that Neon also did that to me. $1,000 down the drain. I thought it was a bit suspicious that he didn't have a TOS or anything, but trusted him since he was a big artist in the sphere. I haven't heard from him since July when I asked him if he ever got the money I sent in June, since he never confirmed it after I sent it. In November, I asked for an update and I still haven't heard back. Right before you made your first post about art you haven't received, I actually just messaged him again, but still no response." Demi added, "I know there's a lot of VTubers who are too scared to share their experience, especially when it's such a big artist. If you also got auto-declined by waiting on him over 180 days, here's how you can dispute it." Here's somebody stating that their dispute got auto-declined. "If you don't mind later, would you show me how to dispute it?" And Demi says, "I got you. Go here, click the close case. There should be a thing to click that says reopen to file an appeal." And then Demi Demi added, I have permission to leak, but holy F, this is not including comms he accepted privately. The list is going on and on. This one was crazy. So again, if you guys don't know, this is Trello. This is a place where artists will typically update about art. So they'll update on the progress. So we can see here, it says waitlist or paid list, currently in progress and completed. And look at the waitlist, okay? Just look, this is insane. So you can see Demi is here. There are so many people on this wait list. Again, this is from 2024. Things could have changed between then and now. I'm very likely to believe nothing has changed. Here we can see Scoo-chan. Remember the VTuber whose post we read earlier? Vampy Collage? We also read Vampy's post earlier. That's what I'm saying, that I don't think anything has changed because this was Neon Beats' commission list, his Trello board from 2024, early 2024. And these people still haven't received their art. Vampy is still at 1K for that collage they've ever received. And there's so many other people on here as well. So many. Big creator, small creator, nobody is spared because Neon Beats ghosted everyone, basically. Demi adds, each comm is worth around $1,000. This is probably $50,000 plus that has not been completed. He's a fucking thief. Again, this was 2024. Demi continues, I'm so sorry that this post is so messy. So many people are sharing their stories out the floodgates. I thought maybe it was the classic. Took too many comms, but no. Neon Beat is an actual thief who stole thousands of dollars out of VTubers. Tens of thousands of dollars, actually. And Demi adds, this post is literally saving people thousands of dollars out of getting scammed. Also, I've been informed that the list may have been edited or a lot of people are missing. Guess you were just a money bag to him and he didn't even bother to put you on the list. Which I'll also say, if an artist has a Trello board and they don't add you to the Trello board, that's kind of fucking crazy. And here's another Twitter message from another individual and it reads, hi, please leave me anonymous, but I reached out for commission very recently, last month, and he replied to me stating he was open. It seems like he's only responding to new people who want to commission him. And here's some proof. Demi says, yeah, literally same stuff to other people. Holy fuck, I'm so glad this is so recent. Thank God he didn't go through with it. And then here's the email. You can see Neon Beats, hello, redacted. For my rates, I charge $500 to $800 for a single full illustration and $1,000 to $1,500 for collages. I love how simple and memorable your design is. Let me know what you think and if you'd like to proceed. Have a great day and I look forward to hearing from you. So again, he was actively engaging in trying to get commissions when he owes so many people artwork. Demi adds 3+ years. Holy f. So here's some conversations between a redacted individual and another person named V. So the redacted says some of these bigger people might be able to get him to finish the work, but I don't know. Also, that isn't the full comm list, by the way. And V says, I kind of figured. Redacted says, cause like Ramen is not on that. Sorry, I'm not sure how to pronounce their name. Neither are the OG community members that have been waiting 3+ years. Or anybody that was accepted after we started that list, or people he kept from us. Demi writes, this isn't the normal artist who accidentally or didn't realize the amount of work they accepted. This is a scammer. The scary thing is he used how big he is as an artist for people to keep waiting. He DMs people that he'd love for you to commission him. I've been told he uses it to flirt with VTubers, but I'll let that be for them to decide to share that for themselves. He has stolen thousands, used his status to steal from people, kept saying he'll work in it soon, ignored client deadlines and gave false promises, abused PayPal's 180-day rule to auto-win the refund cases. This isn't a post for you to hate him. This is a post to save others from being scammed and for people to get their money back. Neon Beat showing that it's just a laughing matter that people have been waiting for years. This is from 2022. This one, in my opinion, is disgusting. So Redacted says, got any comms more than a year besides me? And this is, again, September 8, 2022. Neon Beat says, going 3 years, yeah. Redacted says, LMAO, wait, really? And Neon says, yeah. Redacted says, how the client feeling? And Neon says, impatient, like, hey man, it's been 2 years. I'm actually getting children now, LMAO. Here he is laughing about how long people have been waiting for artwork they've paid him for. He's basically like outwards mocking the people that he's scamming. I don't know how you can sleep at night knowing this, you know? I would be like, I don't know, rolling over in my grave with regret and guilt if I billed people tens of thousands of dollars over the course of years and he's just out here laughing about it. Like, no shit, they're impatient because you're taking so fucking long with zero intention to do the artwork. And here were some other people who commented back in 2024 about their experience with Neon Beats. They could have received or not received the artwork because this was all, remember, from a year ago. So here we have Juni Kodama writing, and I just want to thank you for this post. I commissioned him in October, therefore standing a chance of getting my money back. I cannot believe the amount of people on this list. I owe you. Smidgions writes, he is so creepy seeing him randomly show up in smaller VTuber streams and talking about blowing their backs out after following 5 minutes prior. Here we have Mina Kowolf writing, commissioned them back in July for my 1-year anniversary and was supposed to have a piece of art made, but alas, nothing. Still just silence. I made a whole ass video ranting about how many times I've been scammed and how unfortunate it is that there is such a rise in scammers in the VTuber space. Yeah, this is all the same guy, by the way. This is all the same guy. There's more. And yep, here we have 39 Daff writing, incredibly disappointing. And Kia Torin says, and this was again February, man, I maybe thought I was in the same boat as 10 people max. Didn't know it spanned something this big. Commissioned and paid him in July with him confirming and was completely ghosted. I was patient because I saw his post about his health, but now I think I was scammed. And Kiat was also on the list as well. Don't send hate to him. Don't want to be encouraging hate sent towards anybody, right? Especially somebody who potentially is dealing with health issues. But this is definitely very egregious behavior. And I really, really hope that he refunds everybody that he did not do art for or finishes and delivers on the work that he's promised people. And there's more. You know what's really funny? Neon Beats dropped this post writing Demi #Demi art. This was on February 4th, 2024. He finished the piece that he owed Demi after that massive public call out. Only a day later, he posted it. So he finished it in like 1 day. Why didn't you do this earlier? Which is wild. And here we have Powder dropping like a little gif. Kiat following up writing, hey Neon, it's been impossible to get in contact with you about my commission and paid for back in July. I appreciate if you could follow up with me. Thanks. Cha Sam writes, how about everyone else that commissioned you? You're gonna finish those or just Demi's because she called you out? And then Irela Graphics writes, your art is insane, but man, it really shouldn't take all this chaos for you to realize peeps have been waiting. Hope this whole thing is a wake-up call. And then again, it's him like laughing about it, right? Oh, and then I forgot to add, under that Smidgian's comment about Neon Beats being creepy in people's streams, here we have another user by the name of Ayumi Pix writing, trust me, he has said a lot of shit when he was on my stream multiple times. Literally, the last time he spoke to me was just to say this. And this is disgusting. Look, AU says, Merry Christmas. This is Christmas 2023. Neon Beat says, Merry Christmas a day later. And then on January 1st, 2024, AU says, Happy New Year. Neon Beat says, Happy New Year, you still single. AU says, I'm sick. Does that sound better? And Neon Beat says, that's why you're single as fuck. Nobody wants your chunky ass. That's not a joke. That's not funny. Like, that is disgusting to be saying to people. Like, that's so foul. Like, so he's fat shaming people on top of it. And Smidgian says, I've seen him ask so many girls if they're single out of nowhere, then tell them, quote, that's why you're single, end quote. Like, what? And Ayumi says, yeah, I do have a lot more screenshots and mostly from Twitch in which I had to delete the VOD due to the things he was saying. And what's worse, I had him as VIP. It just goes to show, bro's not even a good person. Not that I think you could be a good person if you've scammed that many people out of thousands of dollars, but on top of it, and then 2 days after all of that went down, so this is now February 6th, remember, we're still in 2024, Neon Beats drops this apology, quote unquote. And it reads, hello everyone. This message is aimed towards my commissioners, my community, and those that believed in me. I am sorry for the disappointment and frustration I've caused, and I'm sorry for the damages I've done. I'm sorry for the lack of communication that led to this point, and I've left everyone out in the dark. I was accepting too many commissions, more than what I could have handled, because I was overestimating myself that I can do it and deliver what I could. I was afraid to communicate because the work was not really getting done, and I would jump from one order to another without accomplishing anything. That ultimately led to me burning out. Further, as some might have heard on my streams, there were some incidents of poor health where I've cut streams short, hindering my progress. I offer my sincere apologies for disappointing everyone who has invested so much time eagerly waiting that I've taken your patience for granted and led everyone to believe in the worst. I never intended to scam anyone out of my commissioners, but I fully understand why some would see it that way, with the lack of any communication. I take full responsibility as I navigate through this situation while fulfilling my commitments. Moving forward, I'll be messaging my commissioners in order to resolve the issues. I want to make things right, fix my mistakes, commit to improving communication, finish the commissions in the list, and deliver as soon as I can while ensuring the quality that was expected. I'll keep my head down to clear this work so I may pursue other aspirations outside of the content creation space. Once again, I am truly sorry for all the disappointment and inconvenience. It's basically the same, and that's all. He had a post from January 18th. He posted the artwork for Demi, and then the apology, and he has not posted since. Has he actually been following up with people and apologizing and finishing the commissions like he has stated he would do? Well, now we are a year out from that apology, okay? That apology was February 6th, 2024. It is now January 22nd, 2025. We are almost an entire year out. And as I have told you that we've read some people's posts earlier, nothing has fucking changed. Haru, I do want to believe that his health issues are causing much stress in his life, but denying refunds and ghosting feels intentionally malicious. Exactly. That's the thing. I can be sympathetic that you're going through health issues. I can be sympathetic that you're going through situations that makes it difficult for you to finish art. But this has been a trend that has been going on for so long, right? If there's people that have been waiting 3 years for their artwork, it was that Discord DM in 2022 where he said people have been waiting 3 years. So that meant that he had people that commissioned him in 2019 that as of 2022, he had not finished the work for. So he had known that his work ethic was absolutely abysmal for years, because his health issue that he went through, he stated, was December 2023. And here it is. Here is that tweet. December 6, 2023. I have went through the worst time of my life, but I still have to keep moving on. I'm sorry for all the delays I've caused. Once everything is done and taken care of, I will be retiring from all of this if bad comes to worse. I'm grateful for your patience and understanding. But he's been ghosting people since allegedly 2019. If it's been 3 years and that came out of his mouth in 2022, it's been at least 2019 that you have been very, very poor in following up with artwork. So that is not due to the current health issues or the health issues experienced in the end of 2023, because this has been going on for so long. Again, you could make an argument there could be like chronic pain, things like that, right? Like chronic health issues. But I would again argue, hey, if you know this is the case, just manage your workload better, right? You can't play ignorance at this point when you owe so many people tens of thousands of dollars across the board. This has scaled way larger. Yeah, and declining the refunds on top of that, which is even crazier. If you truly were apologetic or sorry, but I know why he likely can't refund them, because he probably already spent the money and can't refund what's not there. That's what happens to a lot of these scammers, where they would spend the money and then not complete the artwork and then be unable to refund because they don't have the money. Then you would make the argument, hey bro, why don't you just do the artwork? But then they're too overloaded, so they can't. They think they cannot, right? As somebody with serious health issues, I can't imagine doing this. It poorly reflects on disabled people who have businesses too. Yeah, and that's the big thing too, right? Because there are so many disabled people who can run businesses just fine. So it's like a him issue. It's a time management issue. Again, I can completely understand poor health issues, disabilities, whatever, would impact your ability to do work, the speed that you can create at, but you can just roll with it, you know? Like, hey, if you know that you have to work a little slower, etc., that's fine. Also, the thing is, almost all of his commissioners were so kind. They were so kind. They were so patient. All of them were so willing to wait because of his health issues. They were so understanding. And he just took advantage of all of that. Because again, like none of these people, right, were demanding the artwork, being like, give it to me now. I need it. Like, finish it for me in 1 week. They were willing to wait months, years even for him. They were being so patient. He took advantage of all of that. And he was mocking them, calling them impatient for them being patient enough to wait 2+ years, which is crazy because they still had not received their work. They commissioned Neon in July 2023. Here we have more people. Here we have Daph VT. And Daph says, paid in December 2022. Surely on the 3-year anniversary, I shall get it completed. So sad because I love the sketch. Here is the sketch. It looks so good. This is so beautiful. No updates. And Daph says he probably got art block. Can't draw, especially under pressure and anxiety from all the backlash. And Daph writes, he probably got no money to refund. That says he ain't refunding. He's ghosting. And then in a quote retweet to Vampy, we have this individual, Nia Mocha, writing, held off from speaking about this due to many reasons. Conversations with Neon himself, conversations with others, seeing posts the same posts, calling him out, hoping that would have been enough to change. I understand being busy with life, certain reasons that could prevent one from getting work done. But heck, why bite more than you can chew? Neon is a talented artist that I saved up to commission and was lovely to meet in 2022, but as a business exchange, it is definitely unacceptable and far from what was promised for a hard-earned money. Not sure if this post will reach him, but I hope to let everyone involved in the situation know that you're not alone. And they added paid for in August 2023, sketch given March 2024. We're now in 2025. So it has been a year and a half. Again, the sketch looks beautiful. It's just no updates. And here we have another person by the name of Evelyn Evania writing, I have also been waiting since June 2023. Can you take a guess on whether I got a sketch draft that night? LOL. Been trying to be silent and patient about it, but I'm glad you're bringing it up again. Shit's wild. And here in emails, you can see again, they're just getting ignored. So some of these screenshots are like kind of out of order. Oh, no, never mind. This is like a whole year later. This is fucking crazy. So Evelyn writes, this is June 16, 2023. I got the invoice and just paid it. Please let me know if it went through without issues. Thank you. And then a month later, July 24, 2023, hey, Neon, just wanted to let you know I have an official ref sheet now. And then they sent another email, sorry, disregard the link in the last email. This link is more appropriate. Then a year later, June 9th, 2024. Hey, Neon, just was wondering if there was an update on this commission I could receive. A week after that says, hello, Evelyn. I'm sorry I haven't reached out, but I'll send you the draft as soon as I can. I will draft it up tonight, so you may expect the update by tomorrow or the next day. Thank you for your patience. It really means a lot. And then Nia adds, he took on so many commissions around that time. All the ones I've seen have been around June to August 2023. Oh man, Ev. And Evelyn writes, he publicly opened commissions around that time. I remember last year a list was dropped and I saw so many names on it. It's really sad. Genuinely curious if anyone has gotten what they paid for since Demi's viral call-out post last year, which forced him to acknowledge the issue. And Annie TF writes, I paid in June 2023 and still got nothing at all. Would understand anything if he didn't have like 50 other people he took payment from. His art was so good. And Nia says, I feel like he took all the comms around that time and just couldn't deliver. Man. And Scribble Lord writes, he kept taking commissions for multiple years without even working on any of them. And that is so sad. And by the way, there's more. Here we have Kitty Hannah writing, I'm probably one of Neon Beat's older commissions. I paid March 2023, but it didn't matter because the priority list is based on who complains the loudest on Twitter, not when you commissioned it. I've held off speaking until now. I'm also tired of being quiet and taken advantage of. He sent the first sketch a month after I paid, but after that, nothing was finished for over a year. He came back and wanted to make up for the delay and sent a second sketch. But that was the last update I got. Also incomplete. I love his art, but watching my spot drop lower and lower as newer commissions got worked on first hurt. Really, the only way to get attention was to complain publicly or actually push for a chargeback if you still had time on your PayPal. Otherwise, you just got pushed down the list. I didn't want to speak up earlier because I didn't want to add to his stress, and I understand IRL situations make things complicated for him. But after so much time, I've accepted I'll probably never get my commission, and this post is to help get this feeling off my chest. Here was the first sketch, here is the second sketch. And again, it's so sad because his work is so good. He just doesn't deliver. And Scooch-Chan writes, I'm sorry that happened to you. I feel like pretty much the story is the same for everyone. And Hannah says, I'm sorry you're also a victim in this, Scoo. It's just not fair to any of us. And Cthulhu writes, seeing people continue to come forward about not receiving some kind of refund or their commission finished from him is so disappointing. I'm so sorry, Hannah. You and the others don't deserve that. Everyone's patience and understanding was taken advantage of, and that's not fair. Here we have Eve. Remember Eve, who was also on that Trello board list? Eve writes, oh, Hannah, I'm so sorry you're in the same boat. I also paid for a landscape comp from Neon for $1,000 back in July 2023. I finally received sketches in September and October of 2024, but it's been radio silence since December. I feel like there's gonna be just more and more people probably coming out with their very poor experiences with this guy, because this is only the icing on the cake for this, by the way. There's gonna be more likely. There's going to be more stuff that comes out. But this guy is like abysmally poor at completing commissions. Taking a while to complete your comms is fine. If you need to take like a little bit, a couple months, whatever, as long as you communicate your clients, that's fine. You know, like, hey, you know, if you're gonna commission me, just know that I'm a little backlogged right now. It might take me a couple months to get to you. Is that okay? If your client is okay with it, you guys communicate, fine. Don't accept payment until you can start working on it, just from an ethical standpoint. We will cover that in a second. But yeah, the worst part about the whole Neon Beat situation, and again, I don't want anybody blaming people who have commissioned Neon Beats. From everything you would see about this artist online, he seems like he would be such a reputable artist. His art is good. He has a lot of followers, and typically followers aren't always right, the end all be all, but it typically shows social credibility. Like typically artists with a lot of followers likely would not be a scammer because they have so much to lose, right? They have 188,000 people to lose to call him out on it if he did bad shit. So oftentimes more followers can lead to social credibility. He is also the artist for a very large VTuber. That leads to more social credibility because, hey, if he's an artist for this big VTuber, he's delivered on work for them, then surely he'll deliver on work for me, right? So all of those signs are all green flags in that, hey, this artist looks like they would be somebody that would be very reputable to commission. Other large creators have received work from them, so surely it should be fine. Unfortunately, this case, this person was a scammer and did not deliver on the work. And I'm going to call them a scammer because it has been so long at this point. And it's always so sad because these people at the end of the day take advantage of the kindness of others, right? These are all people that have been so kind, that have been so patient in waiting for their artwork. They've made no call out posts. They were willing to wait beyond 6 months after the PayPal closing dates, right, for chargebacks because they trusted him, because they trusted him to do their artwork. They trusted they would get the work and they were being so patient. They got scammed by him. And this also ties into another post that I saw that is also very thought provoking as well. So I just wanted to add this in. This is a post made by Ugu Bear and they write, all right, I'll say it. If an artist takes longer than 6 months to deliver your commissions, they should not be accepting work. Yes, sometimes there are extenuating circumstances. However, they cannot keep you and your money in limbo for an undisclosed amount of time. Again, this could be about NeumBeats, could not be, right? But this is a very valid point. Accepting money upfront for work that you will not be starting within the next month or so is not a feasible way to run a business. It creates tension and does not allow for the unexpected. Your artist should be upfront about any sort of delay on their end. Seeing this happen more frequently and witnessing a lot of commissioners give grace to their artists because naturally they want to be understanding and they want the art. Providing professional freelance services is not something every artist can do, frankly. If you are doubting or being given the runaround, I think it's valid to request that any paid amount be refunded until the artist is able to start work. There are a lot of artists who treat commission payments upfront like a payday. Please be mindful and stay safe. And Lily Pichu even commented, writing, frowny face, I paid like 2 years ago for a comm and the guy stopped responding or being active on Twitter a year ago. And Ugu says, no, Lily. And that is very true. I completely agree on that. Obviously, there's an asterisk, okay? I feel like with this post, like a lot of people got really mad because they're like, what about me? I'm a disabled artist. It takes me longer. This is in most cases. Most cases, in my opinion, if you accept payments through PayPal, PayPal has a 180-day chargeback window. Once it has exceeded 180 days, the person cannot charge you back through PayPal. They might be able to dispute it with their credit card or their bank, whatever, but it's not gonna be through PayPal. So if you accept payments through PayPal and you know you're gonna take longer than 6 months to deliver anything or to even start working on it, then don't take the money. I think the sentiment of, hey, take the money when you can start doing the work, I think that's a very fair line to have, and it's very reasonable. Because why do you want to take the money before you're going to do the work? Why? That's where I asked the question. Oh, is it because you need to pay for stuff, so you need to take the money? Okay, but then why do you need to pay for stuff right in this instant? Like, I get it, maybe there's bills, whatever, an unexpected expense, but this leads to such a slippery slope that very few people can manage it. If you're very good with finances and you're very responsible, you might be able to, but most people fall into a slippery slope, unintentionally or intentionally. Like, this is my little MS Paint drawing, but it literally always, I've seen it happen so many times because I talk about it, right? We have an artist, I'm using my mouse, okay? But here we have an artist and the artist needs money. So what do they do to get the money? Like, it's a very last minute thing, something happened, okay? They open up commissions. So then, person A and then person B and person C and person D commission them, okay? So then they have some shmoneys and they're gonna give the shmoneys to the artist, okay? So they have all their money and then all their money goes to the artist because they're like, oh, haha, I know the artist needs money, so I'm just gonna go pay them for this comm. I'm down to wait, it's totally fine. So now the artist, right? All these people don't have their money anymore. Their money is gone because they gave it to the artist. Now the artist has all that money. Now, here's what a lot of artists do, which is so bad. And this is not just like an artist thing. This is just in general, you are poor with your finances, okay? The artist will take the money and they will spend it on something. Sometimes, a lot of times, it's a really needed scenario, right? Like, unfortunately, your pet ate something stupid and now they have to go to the vet. So you have an emergency vet bill, something unfortunate happens, the fire happens. Sometimes it's also for dumb reasons, okay? Like, the artist wants a drawing tablet. So therefore, they spend all the money on a drawing tablet because they think they need a drawing tablet. They were doing the art just fine without one, but I don't know. They want a drawing tablet. But yeah, so now the artist spent all of the money on a tablet. So now what happens? All the commissioners gave their money over to the artist. The artist took the money, spent it on a drawing tablet, and they did not do the work. They didn't do the work yet. because they're just poor with time management. So they forgot or something. I don't know. The artist did not do the work. Now, these people are now upset. They're like, hey, where's my art? I didn't get any artwork. And then let's say person A asks for a refund. They're like, hey, it has been 5 months. You have not started my art piece yet. Give me a refund. Now the artist starts panicking because they're like, wait, I do not have money to give this person a refund. So then what does the artist do? The artist opens up more commissions. So then the artist opens up a post and they're like, hey, I need commissions. And then more people commission the artist. So now we have person E, G, and H. They all commissioned the artist and they all paid the artist money. So what does the artist do, guys? The artist will take the money from one commission and use it to pay back the person that asked for the refund. But you see what happens here? They're still short a little bit of money because now they spent all this money on a drawing tablet. But yeah, you see this? Then they take the money, then they use it to pay back the commissioner. Oh, but look, there is still 3 people that the artist hasn't delivered the art for yet. But that is actually 6 people. Because remember, now the artist had opened up extra comms. Now there's 6 people the artist needs to do the artwork for. Yeah, that the artist owes stuff to. So let's say the artist finishes one piece, okay? The artist finishes the piece for person B. And let's say they also finish the piece for person C. Okay, they're like, I'm gonna do it. So the artist is like, okay, I finished 2 people. So now these people got their commissions. Okay, so they got their commissions. Person B got it. Person C got it. Person D did not get it. Before that, this is what some artists do. Okay, they get this extra money. Now they have an extra $3 or whatever. Okay, extra $3. Then what sometimes the artists will do is they will take that money and they will fucking spend it again. They have bills they need to pay or whatever. So they take all this money and they use it on rent. Oh, but then person D wants a refund because person D has now waited 6 months and they haven't received their artwork. And now the artist is like, holy shit, I don't have any money again. Because all these people, persons F, G, and H that commissioned me, I took all their money and paid and spent it on rent. And I didn't do their artwork yet. So now they're unhappy and I still owe somebody money. So what does the artist do? They open up even more commissions. You see how this becomes a really fucking slippery slope? This is how a lot of artists unintentionally end up becoming scammers. Yeah, if you just look at the graphic, it makes no sense. But exactly, this is how artists unintentionally become scammers, you know? The big other thing a lot of artists do, they have something they need to get money for, like rents. They really need money for rents. So then the artist opens up commissions, right? Let me just use 3 people this time so it makes life easier. So again, person A, person B, and person C have all commissioned the artist now. And the artist took all of this money and used it all to pay for the rents. So now the rent has been paid for. The artist starts doing the comms, okay? So let's say the artist, again, does the commission for person A. So they finished the commission for person A. They done this. This is now good. But they were a little bit slow. They were being a little lazy. They were being a little slow. They doom scrolled a little too much on TikTok. Oh shit, it's the next month. Rent is now due again. This is now month 2 of rent. Oh fuck, now they need to pay the rent. How do they do this? They don't have any money anymore because they spent all this money from these guys on rent. By the way, they still haven't finished person B and person C's comm yet. What does the artist do? Open up more comms. Okay, so now we have person D, E, person F. They have all now paid the artist for commissions. Yay, money. And the artist once again takes all that money and spends it on rent. Now rent has been paid. But now the artist again owes 5 people artworks. Person B, C, D, E, F. And then again, right? What happens is something happens. One person asks for a refund. The artist is like, holy shit, I actually have no money. Then they open up more comms. You see the slippery slope that happens. And this is why you should not treat your clients like a bank or like a credit card, okay? You know how credit cards work? Credit cards are money on loan, okay? You have a credit card, it's a piece of plastic, and you have a credit limit. This is not how much money you have to spend. This is how much money the credit union will loan you. It is a loan. You take the money on the credit card, you swipe, and you rack up, I don't know, $2,000 buying who knows what. At the end of the month, you need to pay that $2,000 to the credit union because it's a loan. You still owe them the money and you're good and off the hook once you've paid that $2,000 back to the credit union or your bank or wherever your credit card is, okay? Some artists treat their clients like a credit card. They're like, oh shit, I need $1,000 for whatever reason, rents, bills, a drawing tablet, I need $1,000. So they open up commissions, they rack up $1,000 in comms, then they take all that money and they spend it without actually doing the artwork. That money, by the way, is on loan because it is only yours if you delivered on the final product by doing the artwork. But then time's gonna go by, people are going to ask for refunds because you're too slow, and bam, Now you have no money. See, so this happens a lot of times with these artists. A lot, because they tend to use their clients as credit cards. So I know I yapped a lot. I went on a big rambly circle. But if we go back to Ugu Beer's post, right? If an artist takes longer than 6 months to deliver their comms, they should not be accepting work. I completely agree with this. Again, there are obviously edge cases. But for the most part, why the fuck are you taking a commission if you cannot deliver within 6 months? All right, why? Is it because you fell into the user client as a credit card loop and you owe people money, so now you need to take out more comms to pay previous people back, but you're still backlogged on the amount of aren't you owe previous people, so you can't deliver on the comm for another 6 months? Is that why? Because if that is the case, you really need to stop taking commissions, finish the ones you owe, and then stop this doom loop that's happening of using new clients to pay for previous stuff, because it's never going to work well and you will eventually unintentionally become a scammer. But of course, there's obviously edge cases. Sometimes it's something extremely complex. Like if you are one person and they commission you to make a VTuber model and you're going to rig the VTuber model and you're going to make the starting soon screen and it's going to be animated and you're the one animating it and you're making all their Twitch emotes and you're making all their Twitch panels and you're making all of their stream graphics and you're making their schedule that they're going to post on social media and you're animating a 1 minute animation for them that they're going to post before they debut. If you are the sole person for that massive project, okay, then it makes sense that it's going to take longer than 6 months. This is like extensive work. That's an edge case. Very rarely is there a valid reason for it to take longer than 6 months. Sometimes there are. It's quite rare. Again, right? Like if somebody commissioned you and then unfortunately due to circumstances in the LA fires, like you were one of the unfortunate victims of the LA fire, a lot of stuff happened. That again, extenuating circumstance. That's an extenuating circumstance. That makes sense to take a while to deliver on the artwork because you're dealing with a lot of really, really heavy IRL life stuff. This is just a general thing. I'm just saying this because a lot of people were like, oh, what about me? It's not about you. It's really not. But yeah, we have a quote retweet from a user by the name of UchiVT writing, when you get art commission, ask for an estimate time for how long it will take. If it's longer than 6 months, that's a sign you're going to get scammed. You can't make a PayPal chargeback case after 6 months or 180 days. So if you're waiting on art that you paid and you got no updates, no communication, etc., make a chargeback right now. I commissioned something last January 2024 and was told it would be done mid to end February 2024. I was promised updates from the artist. I got nothing. I checked back with the artist on VGen, Twitter, checked their socials, and even joined their community Discord to ask where they'd gone. They had simply disappeared from the internet and wasn't replying anywhere. So before 6 months passed, I made my chargeback and got my money back. VTubers, please learn this and don't get scammed. This applies to popular artists you commission too, by the way. They don't just get a pass because they're known to work with large creators. And with people like Choco Writing, I think it depends on the situation. I paid nearly a year ago for the art, but the artist is doing a good job keeping me updated and stuff. And Yuchi says this applies to people who have gotten ghosted by their artist for over a year. And Art of Gabby says, yes, even better. If they say a service is going to take 6 months, do a payment plan. Most artists will do that. I don't care if you have the money already. It's just a matter of safety. That way, even if you lost money, it's not as much as you would have if you paid completely upfront. But yeah, the biggest thing is, again, communication overall, right? We have Teacuppity writing, sorry, that's me. I take longer than 6 months. Not particularly because my client list is unmanageable, but because I work a full-time job and commissions are my fun item. Ultimately, I think it's about good communication and expectation management. And exactly, I do agree, right? If you just really communicate, you update very frequently, that's fine. I'm a hypocrite. I have a commission that I'm taking longer than 6 months to do. Somebody commissioned me for 10 emotes. It's just, they didn't really know what they wanted. So I told them, hey, whenever you come up with ideas, I'll work on it. I have not taken money from him. I was like, I trust you. Just pay me when I'm done. A player on a pro team. So I'm pretty sure this dude's good for his money. But I was like, yeah, whenever you come up with ideas. Yeah, I made 7 out of the 10 emotes for him. So there's still 3. I'm just like, dude, whenever you come up with ideas, let me know. But yeah, I'm not like doing other comms. I'm just like waiting, twiddling my thumbs like, well, just DM me. I'm also sometimes a little slow in responding, but it's fine. Like we're both just kind of like, whenever it's done, it's done. Whenever you get an idea, just DM me and I'll make it for you. But yeah, to wrap up this entire scenario, it is really unfortunate to see that this artist has literally like pissed off the face of the earth and still has not refunded nor done the work for most of the people that he has owed stuff to. It seems like people still in 2024 were still getting sketches and nothing beyond that, which is so sad to see. Again, this isn't like a thing to send hate to Neon Beats, nothing like that. This is just, hey, let's check in with this artist that owed so many thousands of dollars, and a year later, it's nothing has changed. I just wish there were justice for the individuals that are out so much money. People are out thousands of dollars, right? Like Vate was out $1,000 for an art piece they're likely never gonna see. $1,000 is not chump change. I don't know where the hell you live for it to be chump change, but that is a lot of money. A lot. That is rent. That is rent for like, it could be like a month and a half depending on where you live. And to be out that much money for somebody that is likely never going to deliver on it, that is so sad.